Oops. Didn't realize that I was muted. Sorry about that. Here I was just chatting away. So we are working on... We're working on Mitrou because there was some issues with the simulation. And I'm trying to find a map that I have somewhere in the bowels of my computer. You can't see the window I'm looking at right now, which is good because there's gonna be some stuff in this window that is not exactly published. Okay. Anyways, like I was saying before that none of you got to hear because I was muted. Sorry about that, Sabina. Here is the magnetometry map. Okay. You have Road 1 coming up from the south here. You can see that these two little sort of linear lines coming up this way and this way. Don't worry about this big ugly thing. This is actually a modern water pipe. But there's a road coming up this way. You can kind of follow it, and it comes up through here, and it ends right about here, right about where R20 is. So then you've got Road 1 from the north, which is up here. It's really hard to see here because it gets all weird, but it comes right down through here, goes right up against the D complex, the building D, and it continues on this way and then sort of ends. And so we think that there's a plaza here, and we have precedent for this in a couple other places, but there's one place in particular that we have precedent for this. And it's interesting because the plaza at this one place, which I think is Castro, which there's like a million Castros in Greece, but in Castro, there's a road that comes up or down from the north and a road that comes up from the south, and they end in a plaza, and they don't line up with each other, which is what we got here. So what I got to do is figure out how to get all this garbage to line up. I've already screwed around with extending the upper road. And so basically we were talking, so I had to move the lower road because the lower road was actually coming out here down in the south. Yeah, it was not a chill music stream. I could do that where I'm just completely silent the entire time. That'd be funny. But no, I do want to explain some of this stuff because it helps me sort of work this through with my brain as well. So the road comes up this way, okay, to the plaza, which is right about here, I believe is what I just said. Did I not just say that, or am I... Oops. Hold on. I need to raise this map up. Yeah, we're good. And then here's Road 1, but Road 1 widens right here. And when I unwiden it or bring it back down to the 3 meters down here, it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I'm trying to just figure it out. So you're going to sort of join me on this voyage of discovery while I rack my brain on this. So let's go ahead and turn off the plaza for just a second. Oh, and then we also need to put a gate right here in this wall. So there's this wall, and you got these 2 roads coming in to this intersection here. And this wall right here needs to actually be a gate, but we'll take care of that later. Oh, maybe it's less a plaza than a more market road where it widens so that little farm carts could be set up. Actually, no. So here's the crazy thing about these roads. These roads have no wear on them that would suggest they were used regularly. These roads are more than likely set up as more of a barrier to sort of split up the island and have a surface where where the elites can ride their chariots along them. So there's very, very little wear. So these were not roads like what you're thinking, right? That, you know, like that people use. Definitely not that. So yeah, kind of crazy. I did sketch what the plaza is supposed to, or what the road to the plaza is supposed to look like, and I'm starting to really doubt the vision here, because I'm just yeah, it's getting weird. How long is the road? Okay, so these are just like much longer than what are actually there. I just have them sort of extending so that I can sort of see where they are. But so basically, we need to have a straight line coming off of this edge right here, right? So this road here needs to continue on, which it does continue on. And then it gets wider right here because building D sticks out into the road. So people got to go around it, or chariots got to be able to go around it. And we do have it wider right here. But then we need to figure out if it goes back down to skinny, which is what was being suggested, or what. So, okay, so let me see if I can find because I turned a bunch of roads off. Nope, I don't think that one was it. Let me see if I can find the road that I turned off. That, oh, let's see here. Is it this one? No. This one? Nope, that's a wall. Oh, here's a whole bunch of roads. Okay, here we go. Road 1, lower east wall. No, I'm not looking for walls. I'm looking for Road 1 upper. Nope. Road 1 upper west wall. Nope. Man, I really need to get all of these roads out of here, out of the children. Okay, is it this one? No. Okay, I don't know where any of these fucking things are. Okay. Oh, that's an interesting button. Okay. Yeah. So the gate, well, so there's a big, actually you can see right here. See this? So to answer your question there, Doodlebug, or to sort of follow up with the statement that you made. So you've got this long sort of linear line right here, right? Which just so happens to match up with, I put a wall there, the eastern D complex. Okay, what the hell's going on? That's definitely not right. Let's turn this bad boy back on. Interesting. Something ain't right here. Something ain't right. What is going on? Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Let's work off of this map for right now, because I already have... So, okay. All right. Sorry. Anyways, to answer your question, so we've got this big plaza, or not plaza, but complex right here that we built a couple ways back. Big complex right here, and you got these roads leading right up to this intersection, and there's this gap between the built chamber tomb here and what we think are some buildings right here. So we think that there might be a gate here where people would bring their chariots from either the land side, or they would bring goods from the harbor here up this road to the plaza. You know, I ought to make the mouse here a little bit bigger so you guys can see it better. But can you see the mouse fairly well when I point things out? Because if you can't, let me know and I'll make the mouse bigger. But anyways, yeah, so you got this big complex here. So if we put a gate here, that allows the elites traveling on these roads to enter into this complex through this gate. And there's also a big opening here too. So anyways, Yeah, we're going to use this map for right now. Now, this map is incorrect because it shows the lower road. Let me show you where the screw up was. Whoops. There we go. Screw up was my fault. Not the person who did this map. I mean, there's a little bit of a screw up on the person who did the map, but it is mostly my fault because I just followed this map blindly without questioning. So the let me show you. Let's go ahead and scooch this. You'll notice. Oh, maybe you can't notice because it's real faint, but there's these faint green lines right here that kind of come along here, and that was drawn in as the lower road, this here. But if I turn on the gray map, what I call the gray map, that's actually where it goes. So yeah, I think one of the biggest problems, and you can already see it right here. So I have both maps overlaying each other, but you'll notice if you follow sort of this curve of the gray, what I call the gray map, so the magnetometry map, the curve comes around this way, and the point of the island should be somewhere around here. But then the map, this map, the composite map, shows it lower. So I think there's some tomfoolery going on here. I'm trying my best to keep things PG, but there's some bullshit going on here, and I'm not really sure what it is because I don't think these maps line up. For example, I will show you. Gray map. They're just off just a tiny bit. So, like, I don't know. It's a tough one. So anyways, we're going to turn off the gray map, and we're going to use just this, what's called the composite map. Yeah, the strange thing on the gray map is actually a modern water pipe that runs up from the south. So, yeah, yeah, I think they just got confused with the modern water pipe that was showing up on the gray map. Because if you look at the gray map, this thing that kind of comes up this way, the big old dash lines and continues up here, that there's a whole grove of olive trees right here. And actually you can see the grove. See, you see this grove here and you see this grove here. So there's a big water pipe that comes up and feeds all this stuff. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to put you on hold for just a second while I go get some water. Okay, and we're back. Okay. Let's figure this out. Okay, so we have a plaza, that guy right there, which is not going to line up anymore. So you know what? The plaza is going to go away. We're going to redo the plaza. So Road 1 upper, this one, continues along this line to meet up with the plaza. And we thought that it was going to line up with this outer edge of the plaza. But it doesn't. The plaza, though, is, we gotta remember, this plaza is just a placeholder. And it's a placeholder because if you look at the gray map, and I turn off the plaza, and I turn off wherever the hell this road is. Hello? Road? Ah, you're in here somewhere. Okay. So you'll notice that, so we've got this road that comes up and it sort of ends. There's this big empty area right here. I mean, yeah, it's sort of gray. You got some gray stuff in here, but for the most part, it's just kind of empty. So I think what we should do, what I should do, is build this without the plaza here and then figure out what plaza fits best. That's what I think I should do. So, yeah. So let's, we're going to turn the gray map off because the gray map just drives me crazy. And the composite map drives me crazy too. So I guess, I mean, yeah. However, I will say this. The composite map is actually was done by our guy who's doing the photogrammetry and everything. So I have more faith in the composite map here, this map, than the gray map, because I think the gray map was just sort of slapped on top of like a Google Earth map or something. What if it was a turnabout? Oh, that's a good point. Let's turn it back on. Yeah, they could be turning around right here, which would cause more plaster to be applied to that part of the road to sort of patch it up, which would make it denser and then show up more in magnetometry. Absolutely. That is an absolutely fantastic observation, and it, you probably got something to it. So yeah, not build the plaza and work out vias and land use to match. I mean, I'm just gonna try to get the roads to work. So I think what we're gonna do. I think that's what needs to happen. Oops. So let's turn this back on. So if this came straight through, but it just got wider there, and then narrowed back down to 3 meters. Oh, I screwed up this. Okay, well, there that goes. Okay, let's try this again. Copy and paste. Let's move you. Oh, I got the magnet on. I don't need the magnet on. Okay, so right there. There we go. It's like 15 feet up in the air. That's fine. Let's get rid of this map so I don't... There we are. Okay, so let's... this thing, I swear. Let's go ahead and move the... Wait, why is this... Just move it down. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So, oh, you know what I do need? I do need the gray map back up real quick, because the gray map shows me where... Okay, let's see here. Road comes this way and then stops right about here. So right about where the end of this wall is, 90 degrees over to this wall, that's where we need the road to stop. So let's turn off this gray map. So this whole thing needs to move back, just straight up move back. So we're gonna do this. I love this edit mode, by the way. Also, I'm going to move my mic real quick because it's kind of off to the side, and I like it better right in front of me. Okay, there we go. So that, and we just move this back to about there. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. So now... yeah, that looks actually pretty good. So let's go ahead and match up this end here. I do this with the magnets. Oh, you know what? Give me this. Thank you. Oh, that's so much better. Do that. Do that. And then this one. Oh, let's turn off this wall for a second here. Yeah, I need to remove the children from the parent roads here, because this is not... that's not working out for me. Because I have to go through a million little... yeah, I need to undo... I need to unparent all these. There we go. So we take this. So the road continuing to widen before it gets to the plaza is actually not the case because of what the gray map shows. We see the road, at least part of the road, skinny back down. And we have that as a precedent. So, though I would normally agree with you on that, it's just not the case in this case here. So, yeah. Otherwise, yeah, that would actually make a lot of sense. It's kind of like... I'll show you what the D complex looks like, because right after this it gets funky there too. It looks really bad. But the thing you got to remember, they're not really caring about aesthetics. I mean, they care about aesthetics, right? Because that's what they do. But it's just not one of those things. So, yeah. Actually move this down to there. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Well, I mean, it's kind of coming down to a teardrop shape, but then it's going to widen back out for the plaza. Because that should still be 3 meters across there, even though it doesn't look like it. That should still be 3 meters, because I haven't really changed much. I mean, it's going to be a hair over 3 meters, but it's fine. Oh, so I should... yeah, that's a good point. Let me sort of walk you through what the gray map is. Because it's kind of interesting. So, I think this is either magnetometry or electrical resistance. I don't remember which one. I keep saying magnetometry because I think that's what it is, but it could also be electrical resistance. Anyways, let's examine this real quick. And I'm not... wait, oops. I'm not like... you know, sort of showing you guys stuff that's not published or anything. You can find this map in the publications about Mitrou. But basically, all the dense areas are areas where you have denser materials. So, for example, right here, you see this sort of upside down U-shape, this sort of box shape here. That's the built chamber tomb, the building D. Okay, and then you see something like, like this line here. This line here is a road that continues through, or at least the wall of the road. And then you see, this one's real hard to see, but you see these two lines, this line here and this line here, this parallel. That's a road as well. Those are two edges of a road. And then the problem, of course, with something like this is that you hit something like this, where you get this sort of dashed line that comes up this way, like, and this is what people were getting confused on. But this is that water pipe. So that water pipe comes up, modern water pipe comes up in magnetometry. And it also gets really bad over here because this is a whole bunch of bedrock. So bedrock, I mean, it's just going to give you these black blobs of dense material, because it is dense material. It's dense. It's bedrock. And then so this line here is most likely that a wall that goes with complex D. And then you've got these two sort of parallel lines that kind of go through here. That's going to be what I called the stables, but we are actually rethinking that because they're probably not stables. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff with this map. So yeah, magnetometry. So let's turn that off. Okay. All right. So that looks pretty good. Let's turn the plaza on and see. Plaza looks like garbage. Okay, rock on. What are we running here? We're running. Oh, why does it look like that? Oh, probably because yep. All right. So I have to. Oh, great. Shit. I messed up. I totally messed up. Okay. Because now this road is flat, isn't it? No, it's at an angle. It's at an angle. We're still good. We're still good. Okay. 18 degrees. I believe that is correct. Let me double check this here. I'm going to screw around with... Nope. 18 degrees is not correct on that. 1.5 degrees? Yeah, 1.5 degrees. Okay, so that... Yes, that should be correct. 1.5 degrees... Wait. Yeah. 1.5 degrees is correct, because I remember I had to do... I didn't do the math. I had another system do the math. But that should be right. 1.5 degrees. I'm wondering if that got moved, though, because... Look at how much lower it is than the plaza. I know the plaza hasn't been moved. Okay, so this road... Okay, the lower road had to have been moved on accident when I changed the rotation of it. So, whoops. So let's... What is going on with this? Why are these numbers all weird? Negative 100, negative 200 and stuff? That's just bizarre. Okay. So I don't know what to do about this plaza, because we thought the plaza was actually going to look different. We thought this road was going to be on the far right of the plaza, and this road was going to be on the far left. That is not the case. Because if I do that, it's going to look terrible. I mean, plain and simple, it's going to look terrible. Where is the... Okay, the grid. Here we go. This is the ground of the D complex. So you can see it's going to have this huge gap here, which is whatever. It is what it is. But then if I come right off of this corner and straight down, or even like... Ugh. All right, I have a printout of the gray map right here. Yeah, it looks... It's not gonna be that... I don't think it's gonna work like how she thought it was gonna work. Hold on, let me sketch this out real quick. I do my best thinking when I sketch what I'm trying to do. Okay. I think I'm going to do something a little weird. What is this? What is this road here? This is road 1 upper. But I have no idea where the walls are for that. Nope. Well, there's road 3. Okay, so road 3. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to continue. This is going to be weird. I think I want to continue this line. This line here. I think I want to continue it through these roads to here and then cut down. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, what if I do this? Ooh, I almost hit delete on the plaza. It's tempting. It's very tempting to hit delete on that plaza. All right, grid. Let's put you into... Yep. So you can see what I had to do here in order to get the elevations right. Oh, and actually... that is also not correct, but okay. Anyways, so I'm going to take this and let's join it up with the corner of the... yeah, let's join it up with the corner of this road. What line out? Oh, you're talking about this line here? Yeah, no, I already did that. Yeah, let me see if I can find that wall real quick. It gets absurdly large. And again, it's not on the magnetometry map. This one? No. This one? No. Look at all these, like, children of... I need to yeah, I need to fix all this. Because this is just absurd. I don't even know where it is anymore. Anyways, I had the wall from this coming straight out, and it just gets obnoxiously large. So we're not going to do that because, well, one, it doesn't show on the magnetometry map, and the walls are pretty obvious at that point on the magnetometry map. So yeah, we won't do that. So yeah, otherwise, yeah, I'd thought of that too. It just doesn't work out. So we're just gonna drag this over here, drag that over there. Oh, okay, yeah, sure, fine. I forgot I had the magnet on. Oh. Yeah. So this and this and that. Why didn't you give me a face? Oh. Oh, okay, hold on. Because I gotta do all of these. Right? Then you go... yeah, like that. Okay, that's why it didn't give me a face. Okay. See, I'm learning. I'm learning how to do the blender thing. Yeah, just bring this up. Oh. Whoops, I don't want to bring that up because for some reason that went to the wrong... oh my god, this scroll thing is driving me crazy. Yeah, nope. Do that. Thank you. Then we can bring that down. Bring that down. Bring that down. Actually, you know what? What am I doing? I just go here, go flatten. We just make sure everything is flat. Or smooth. Where's the smoother? There's the smoother. There we go. Yeah. There we are. Easy peasy. I don't like that little bump right there, but that's fine. That's fine. Okay. There we go. Now the plaza. Why is there no way to just tell this thing to stop with the children items? Because it's driving me crazy. Okay. Let's turn on the plaza again. Yeah. Okay. Edit mode. Okay. Turn off that grid. We're gonna have to drop the edge of this road down. Yeah, we are. Okay. Mm-hmm. What are we doing, Blender? What are we doing? Turn the magnet off. There we go. Okay. All right, so we got a smooth transition there. We're going to turn off this wall, which is for some reason under roads. Okay, and then we're going to take the plaza. Magnetize it to a vertex. Do that. Do that. Okay. There we go. Looks like garbage. Excellent. You know what? It looks like garbage. We're not going to do that. We're going to do a whole new plaza. Why? Because I like keeping you on your toes. Didn't see that coming, did you? Alright. Blender do be blending, yeah. All right. So this is what we're going to do. Left for a moment and heard looks like garbage. Excellent. Yep, that about sums it up. All right. Okay. What is the thickness on this? This is a whole bunch of weird numbers. I don't understand why these are weird numbers. Okay. That's not right. No. Okay, so this is half scale. Yeah, I forgot. We're doing everything in half scale. I don't know why it does that, but it does. So that's what we're doing. Unless you're this road, for some reason, which got super narrow at the end. I'm not really sure why. Weird. Okay. Now let's move this down. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on here. Story of my life. All right, we'll do this. I'm just gonna make this slightly wider, bigger than everything, so I can get a better idea of what exactly is going on here. There we go. Okay, so I just need to rotate this just a tiny, tiny bit. Like that? Maybe? He says. Hoping. Hey, that's pretty freaking close. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we are getting somewhere. No, I don't want to be in edit mode just yet. Not like that. Okay. Oh, I don't have a magnet on. Turn the magnet off. Go like this. And just go boop. Just like that. And then we go to this road and say, what are you doing? Oh, turn the magnet back on. Thank you. There we go. Now it's back to being its normal thickness, or the thickness it should be, I should say. And then turn this on to edge. Go underneath. There we are. And just go boop. And there we are. Yeah. All right. So then I should match. Yeah, I should match. Let's do this back to vertex. That. There we go. Sure, whatever. That works. I mean, it ain't gonna be perfect. That's the best part about this. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be close enough. Or how they used to say it, close enough for government work. And who knows? If this takes off, maybe it will be government work. Okay. Let's turn the D complex. Yeah, there we go. What is going on here, though? Alright, there's some weird... Okay, well. Let's fix the D complex floor. Oh, is that it? Is that all it needed? Was just... Here I thought you were going to give me a challenge. Ah, look at that. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Yeah. Yep. Sometimes you just got to throw it out the window and redo it. Yes. Boop is definitely... I say boop way too much. Like an absurd amount. Okay. Now, I mean, it still looks fairly terrible, but I'm not the one living in this time period. What's going on here? What is going on here? Excuse me, sir. I don't think you were doing what you're supposed to be doing. Of course, this whole thing right here that I'm screwing around with is going to need to be changed as well. Because eventually when we do the whole being able to walk into building D, the floor has some stuff. What the hell is this all about? What's this gap? Why are we doing this gap? Who's... Oh my god. You're killing me with this. You're killing me with this. There is no reason for you to be like this. And then there's a gap there, but that's fine because we'll take care of that on the flip side. Yeah, what is going on here? Oh. I want to be underneath. Thank you. Look at this. Can't make this up. See? Delinquent meshes, man. Delinquent meshes. All right, what is going on here? Oh, now it's your turn? There. Fixed. Anyone else? Okay, I need to fix these roads because... Or do I? Yeah, I might as well. I mean, I'm here. Might as well do it. We want it to magnetize to an edge. We want it to be... Stop freaking out. What are you doing? Blender, will you stop? Stop with this. Yes, that edge right there. Why was that so hard for you to do? Freaking out. Right. Whoop, whoop. Of course, I don't have to get these things very accurate because they get covered up by a road or by a wall. So, yeah, that seems good enough. Good enough. Now, this plaza still looks like garbage. Why? Why does this look like garbage? I'm wondering... I'm wondering if I should just sort of like round parts of this off. Ugh. I'm gonna do it, aren't I? Yep. I don't know why I do this to myself, but I do. Stop it with the magnet. Okay. Check it out. What if... Nope, not what I wanted. Okay. Okay, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It just has to be, yeah, something like that. And then, oh, whoops. Okay. Just hang tight, folks. This is gonna get weird. Let's scooch this over here, and what I want to do is this really sneaky. I want to go like this and delete all vertices. No, what am I doing? I want to go like this, like this, do a line, then delete all these vertices. Okay. Doing good, doing good. You're looking at this and you're going, what are you doing? I know. Chill. We got this. Okay, so now... Oh, ho, ho, look at that. Can't believe you doubted me. All right. Look at that. Okay, now I take this. And just slap this bad boy on here. Well, sorta. Remember, it doesn't have to look great. Whoops. It shouldn't look like that, though. And actually, the more sort of handmade it looks, the better. Ooh, about like that. If you want to add roundness to the edges, select the edges you want to modify and press Control B or press Control Shift B. Oh, is that to, yeah, that's to... Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? I think I know what you're talking about, and I think I don't necessarily want to do that exactly. Ooh. That's pretty close. So now... Bevel. Yeah, that's right. Bevel. Yeah, I don't want to do the bevel. Thank you. Shit. Ooh. No, thank you for for trying to be helpful. I do appreciate it. I've had plenty of people be helpful on this whole Blender voyage of mine that I've been doing, and I do appreciate everything. Especially if you go back to one of my live streams I did where I was doing the island, like going from the map that I was given to the where I'm at now, and let me tell you, yeah, it was great having someone help me out. Wow, that looks absolutely 100% terrible. Getting rid of that. All right, let's do bevel. See what bevel looks like. Oh my god. I just I don't know. Like, I don't know if I want, because I'll just curve this, won't it? Just these corners. And I don't know if I really want that. I don't know. Okay. Let's try it. Let's just try it. So, Control B. Oh shit! Yeah. Oh. And try that. I mean, I guess. But now I feel like this needs to be stretched farther this way. I don't know, it just looks, it looks too nice. Let's, okay. If we do that, right? I feel like this should be farther out this way if we're going to bevel those. Do that. Hello? Why are we not beveling? Go. Let's see which one looks better, the more of a curve or the lesser of a curve. Man, I don't know. Let's just leave it square for now. We'll figure it out later. Yeah, and the only reason why I don't want to put more segments into it is because this is going to be in VR, and I'm trying to keep my polygon numbers down. And so it's like backpacking, you know, people cutting off the handles of their spoons. I'm at that part where I'm basically just cutting the handles off of my spoons to save weight. So yeah, I could do more segments, but man, I just really wanna, you know, keep my polygons down. So yeah, the lopsided curves weren't too bad. Let's just keep it square for now. Let's keep it square for now, and then we'll come back to it. So this is what we got so far. Let me turn on all of the road segments. And we're going to have to fix some walls. We're going to have to fix a lot of walls, actually, is what we're going to have to do. Is there a fast way to get all of these parents out, because all of these roads are like children to a parent road, and then this road is a child to this parent road, and this parent road is a child to this, or I guess it's not. But is there like a quick way to do that? I don't think there is. Oh, here you go. Doodlebug, you were asking about following this line off. That's what it looks like. It gets really wide right here, and it doesn't look very good, in my opinion. In my opinion, it doesn't look very good. Your opinion may vary, but my opinion, yeah. Is this going to be a place people are going to walk around? Yes. So this is actually my thesis project. So the general gist of my thesis project is basically, well, Alley Cat might not have been here for the beginning of the series. I mean, you got to remember, I started the Mitrou project series back when I had like half the subscribers I have now. So the idea is that you can basically walk around these archaeological sites as they were back in the day. So this is the island of Mitrou, and the thing about Mitrou is that there's nothing there. There's no above ground architecture. So there's nothing to build a simulation off of. So if we're going to try something and try to make it work, like this is the ultimate challenge, right? So that's what I'm shooting for. This is going to be something you'll be able, yes, to walk around in and check out and see all the really neat stuff that's going on. What if it does that and then the plaza has a sharp point at the back instead of a round back? I mean, yeah, it could do that. We're also assuming a plaza is here too. Just, you know, that it's, wait, what the heck is going on here? Because there's an emptiness in the magnetometry map. Did I just grab this and pull it out, or did I actually scale it? Let's scale this back and let's move it back. Freaking magnet. Okay, so we're gonna have to go shorter. Shorter. Close enough. Yeah, close enough. Okay. Okay. Alt and P. All right, we might end up doing that at some point. I do want to do a backup though, if I go to do that, because I don't trust, you know, this process sometimes. Edge. Edge. Let's go underneath. What is going on here? Okay. What is going on here? I really don't know. Okay, so we're just gonna. We're just going to do that. And I'm not, we're never looking at the underside of this, so it doesn't matter. Okay. All right. Okay, so easy peasy, just gonna put this to vertex, and we're just gonna grab that, drag it over there, grab that, drag it over there, swing this bad boy around, that, and there you go. We're gonna call that good. Good? What is going on here? Why? Why do you do this to me? Do you not like me? Have I not been like... Okay. This is... Does it look good from the inside? Yes. Does it look good from above? Yes. It's fine. I don't know what the hell that was all about. Okay. Okay. So we're good there. There is a wall that's supposed to be... Oh. Yeah, okay. There's going to be a wall that goes here. But we need to make the gate. So I think I'm just going to take this and scooch it down. Okay. Why is that at an angle? Yeah, I don't care. Okay, I do care. It's going to bug me. Yeah, why is that at an angle? Can we just square that off? There we go. Yeah. See, there we go. Oh. But now... Alright. This is getting a little ridiculous. This needs to come this way because the wall is on the outside of the road. There we go. There we go. And then... Oh. Yeah. Okay. Feel free to quote me as much as you want, because I will say that, like I tell my students, I prefer that you do. Actually, I'll tell you, this is a pretty funny joke. So I tell my students when we go over the syllabus, I say, I don't want you recording any of this, not because I think you're gonna, you know, sell this on YouTube or anything. But it's because I say fuck a lot. And that usually gets people to remember, oh, hey, don't record it. You know, you make a joke out of it. But what's funny is I actually had an instructor when I was getting my associate's degree. That was what he used to say at the beginning of the semester. And I thought it was so funny. And it was just so, it was one of those things where, like, you never forget that. And I was just like, this is perfect. All right. All right, Doodlebug, see ya. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, what is going on with this wall? This wall is at like a weird angle. So let's readjust it. There we go. Yep, that's exactly how it goes. And what's funny too is this latest semester, I sort of did the same thing. I was like, look, I don't want you to record it, you know, not because of copyright or anything like that, even though that is why we don't want you to record this stuff. I was like, but because I don't want to get in trouble because I like to curse. And I was like, and then I was like, so don't record that shit. They all just kind of laughed. And so, yeah, it also breaks the ice too, which is really nice because since I'm teaching sort of an intro class, a lot of these kids are, you know, this is going to be one of their first classes and stuff. And so they're probably kind of nervous. And a lot of them are taking it because it fulfills a requirement, not necessarily because, you know, they want to take it, but it sounds interesting. And so, you know, they're a little nervous. It's a good thing to break the ice like that. Come on, wall. Let's get you down there. Okay, there we go. And then now I can fix your angle. Yeah. I need to fix your angle, but it's so hard to see how off you are. I'm going to say that. Okay. I think that's pretty good because I don't think you can see a gap. I mean, when I go into the simulation, that's when I find all the gaps. Like this gap right here. Also, why is that angled like that? I don't know. But I'm going to cheat here. Just go like that. Wait, nope. I'm going to turn off the magnet. I'm just going to do this. Good enough. Good enough. I don't care that it's angled like that because this is actually going to be sitting in the ground. So I think it's good. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. You know what I do need to check though? How much you want to bet? It's too long. Holy crap, look at that. It is too long. Ugh. Okay. Let's fix the length of this road now. Sound like a fun teacher to have? I think I am. But, I mean, you never know. Who knows? I think I'm a blast. I have a definite style with which I used to teach that I think is, you know, it can be tough to get used to, but I think, I don't know, I think I'm doing all right. Why did it do that? And then do I care if it did? Well, no, because I can always fix that, so I'm not going to worry about it dipping too low. And in case anyone was wondering, I teach Classics 201, which is the history of ancient Greece and Rome. And if you are watching this and you are one of my students, do not tell me that you watch my content, because I think that is a conflict of interest, but I don't know. I haven't really asked about it. Mostly because I don't want instructors to, well, one, to start watching my content, because then I just don't want to hear about how I'm wrong about stuff. But I don't, I'm a little worried that, you know, they'll tell me something like, oh, well, we can't fund you if you're doing this because, well, you know, whatever they want, you know, whatever the school wants to say. Let's scooch this down just a tiny bit. And yes, I do worry about stuff like that. I do worry about stuff like that, and just like I worry about, you know, my students finding my channel and then, you know, either trying to use that against me, which I don't think they would. I don't think they care. But you know, you never know. People are weird. People can be weird sometimes. I'm weird. So, all right. I still don't understand why this thing has angles. Why these walls have angles. Why are you turning the wrong way when I... Okay. Okay. Oh, why does it keep doing that? It keeps like... You know, I think... I want to say that's good enough. Let's go underneath. Let's grab the vertex here. Put it there. Oh my God, where did it go? There it is. We're going to grab the vertex here. Turn the magnet off. We're going to go just about like that. Yeah. Select this one. You see what I'm doing. Boop. Oops. Boop. There we go. And then turn the magnet off. Grab this one. Scooch that out just a tiny bit. Good there. Grab this one. Scooch that out just a tiny bit. I think that should be... Oh my God, that's killing me every time it does that. That should be good. Grab this. I feel like this is basically all of Blender. You just grab and you know, push and pull. A little here, a little there. There we go. I get frustrated because it keeps like shooting you through the bottom of the thing. Okay. I think that's good. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay. Hello, welcome. Oh yeah, don't forget to save. Thank you. Let me go get some more water. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We need a wall. It needs to be... Sure. There you go. That looks good. Also, I hope everybody was able to catch... why is that so huge? Like, that's not even Okay, hold on. Whoops. Yeah, that's gigantic. That's not gonna work. Was this for some kind of... Yes, this is for my thesis. Yes, it is. You are correct. It is for my thesis. What is... Okay. That's better. I was saying earlier, I hope everybody caught Viking Pilot's stream last night. If you didn't, go check it out. He tried out Dead World. He started on standard, which was pretty funny. I was like, oh, all right, standard's fine. And then we were talking, and I said, you know, you really should check out. You should check out the other ones. And so he's like, oh yeah. So he's like, well, maybe we'll watch the trailers. And I thought, oh, that's gonna do it. If he watches the trailers, like, he's gonna be all for it. And sure enough, they went to go watch the trailer, and he's like, I'm playing the wrong one. And then he jumped onto Ultra Baron and did really well. And it's funny because you know, one of the things that I really wanted to happen with the data pack is I really wanted people to sort of feel accomplished when they do just like the simple things. And it was funny, at the end of the stream, he was able to build a bed, have a very small farm, and grow a tree. And he was so happy. He felt so accomplished. And I was like, yep, that's what I'm going for. So yeah, it was a pretty fun stream to watch. So definitely go check it out. I was actually in his chat, sort of talking with him while he was doing it. And so yeah, it was fun times. It was a lot of fun times. Oh yeah, and I went to do Blender with a drawing tablet back in the day, and man, I really didn't like the way it felt. I don't know what it was about it. I just really didn't like it. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna... Wait, why is that so much taller? Okay, I got weird stuff going on with this. Also, is that at a... See, that's beveled too. It's like got a weird slight angle there. I don't know what's going on with this. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. Very strange. Very, very strange. Can we do... Yeah, we're going to do that. Turn on the magnet. Go into edit mode. Grab this edge. Bring it... Wait. And bring it to that edge. Sure. Why do I not trust that? I don't trust that. Whatever. Okay, we're going to do that. Okay. Okay. Do this to the face. Oh, now it's going to try to bevel. Yep. We don't want that to happen. We want you to stay level. Yeah, I don't know why. Such a weird... Yeah, here we go. Okay. Huh. Okay. And now I got this weird issue here. Because that goes down at an angle, and this... Okay, yeah, I see why it does that. I see why it does that. Okay, well, in that case... He's live right now. Is he doing Dead World? I don't know if he... I know he was saying he might do Dead World again. Live. By the way, the most downloaded version of Dead World, I think right now, is Lush. Which I was kind of surprised at. I was not expecting that. I was expecting people to be more about Ultra Baron, but nope, Ultra Baron is in second, which is kind of interesting. It says something about Richard's data pack, because it's basically using one of his things that he did. His sort of like better forest data pack. So yeah, it says a lot. You know what? I think I'm nitpicking here at this point for that. So you don't trust it because this isn't your first time. Yeah, exactly. Using Blender. Yeah, I don't trust it at all. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so we're gonna go this and whoops. This and this. We're gonna scooch this down just a tiny bit. Yep, and we're gonna... Yeah, the Lush is really nice, especially if you have like some nice shaders on and everything, and you got you got the fog turned on and all that. Yeah, it's Lush looks really nice. I mean, really, really nice. And you got some really cool sort of world generation. It definitely looks good. Okay. I'm liking where this is going. So far, so good. So now, let's turn on some of the buildings. Oops, not that one. Okay, one of the first things we got to change. Oops. Oh, this was the cube that I used to figure out scale. Oh, we're gonna have to change some of these walls in the D complex. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to change some of these walls. This wall needs to be taller. This building needs to be closer to the skinny building. The skinny building is actually... I originally called it stables. That is not what they are. Because there's actually a wall that runs along where it would be open if it were stables. And we think the stables are actually over here. Because of micromorphology that was done. So, yeah, and I'm going to have to probably remove this building as well. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. And these buildings set off from the wall. By the way, this big square right here has building D, which I don't have in here because I already did building D by itself. Okay. Let me look at my printout. Now, if you remember from the gray map, find the gray map here because this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the gray map. So you got this long skinny thing that I was thinking were stables, and it is not, because it's not open on the one side. And where is this building? Oh, right there. D building 1. Okay. So D building 1 needs to be closer to the stables, I think. Or what it used to be the stables. See, I think this map is not... Yeah, I don't think it's at the right scale. So let's just scooch it off to the side. Let's scooch it off to the side and look at it. Okay, so this is the map I'm looking at right now. You can hear it. I have it printed out. So long skinny building right here. And then it looks like we've got a big building here-ish because we got this wall that comes up. We got this wall that comes up here, kinda. Oh, we got something going on here. This is, I'm calling that the shed. So shed, D shed right there. So I think we need to move the D building 1 closer to this, what I called the stables. So let's, yeah. Okay. We're gonna have to move it, and it's Sokla. There we go. It needs to come like here. Sure. What's the paper look like? Yeah, actually. Yeah. That is actually about right. The only thing I would change is it is not as long. So it's more like that. So let's just go with an even 10. Do the Sokla and it... Fucking, I swear to God. Even 10. And then let's also drop this building down a bit. So right now I have it at 4 meters high. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So if you're wondering why there are 2 boxes here, right? We have the top and the bottom. The bottom is actually a stone, sort of almost like a wall foundation. It's called the Sokla, S-O-C-L-E. And yeah, get it just to go underneath the ground, just a tiny, tiny bit. There we go. And it is actually what we find when we do excavations. And then the thing that's sitting on top of it is going to be basically mud brick, plastered mud brick, but it's not a white plaster like you would expect, like what the Mycenaeans are doing. This is going to be sort of like a tannish brown plaster. That looks pretty good. This one also needs to be a little bit smaller. So we're going to do like that. Actually, we're going to do slightly smaller than that. So let's do 2.5. Is it at an angle? Why is it at an angle? Okay, sure. What the heck? That's weird. Why did I do that? You know what? Here, we'll just do that. What? What is this? Oh, okay. Maybe we won't, maybe we won't mess with that right now. Let's figure out what the heck is going on here. That was weird. Let's go with the 2. Sure, we'll go with that. Yeah, it's at an angle. Why? That makes no sense. It says 0 for the rotation. But it's, yeah, it's like a single degree. That is so weird. Okay, whatever. So long as it lines up, I don't really care. Weird. Okay. Let's see here. Alright, see ya, Dragon's Clutch. If you were to do a doodle of me, where would I like to receive it? I have a Discord. You should send it on the Discord. That's always, I always welcome artsy fartsy stuff on the Discord. Okay, so, and then I was talking with my advisor, and she thinks this wall's probably not a good idea, but maybe this might be where they put the horses. So let's just adjust the length of it. This way, you can pull your chariot in. Yeah. It's also like up off of the ground. They both are. They're both floating. Okay, well, this is turning out to be a bit of a pain in the ass. There's your swearing. Okay. What the? Why is that angled like that? Okay. Okay. Let me think here. This face, if I move that up, it is no longer angled. And this, whoops. If I move that face up, it is no longer angled, but it still kind of is. Okay, this is bizarre. Good enough. Yeah, sure. Good enough. Okay. Don't care. Okay, now the kitchen. This is what I've been calling this. It actually needs to be bigger. Much, much, much bigger. In fact, we think that this entranceway, this doorway here in the wall, is actually the entranceway to the kitchen. Yeah, so let's go ahead and bring this up. Let's make this longer. Crap. Actually, I can't do this one just yet. I have to actually do that one separately because I have a separate map, same one that I used for the building D, that is currently unpublished. So it's waiting to be published, so I cannot show it right now. So that's just going to have to wait. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Let's look at the composite map. I mean, things are off just a tiny bit, but that's okay. Yeah, you can see here's building D, and then here's part of the kitchen. There's a hearth like right here and a hearth like right here. So I'll be animating some smoke and stuff, so that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, see, that's the wall that I added to it as well. See, it's all off just a tiny, tiny bit. See, there we go. About something like that. Okay. All right, yeah, that's fine. Wall time. Wall time. This too. Let's get that rid of that. Okay. It was suggested that I make this wall really tall, which it already is. It's good to sort of think, I wonder if I should just give myself excess just in case. Well, ends up, that was a good call on my part. So let's scooch that right there. Actually, can we just take over that chunk of wall? Yes, we can. Okay. Let's grab this edge, which is, it's not going to do what I want it to do. How much you want to bet it's not going to do what I want it to do? Because it's going so smoothly. Yeah, okay. Good enough. I think that's good enough. So it's open here, this giant plaza. So you got the plaza, but the plaza kind of extends into this, right? Yeah. I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's okay. Let's, you know what we should do? And here I was just talking earlier about not putting as many polygons in, right? But we should actually put an actual gate there, like a wooden gate. Hold on, let me check my notes to see what else I gotta do here. I'm trying to get a lot of this ready to go because my advisor's leaving for a little bit. Okay, so I've got expand the kitchen to the east, offset door like building D. Yep, okay, can't do that. Gate behind building D at intersection. Okay, so this opening here. Wait a second. Why is this weirdly shaped? See that? Yeah, and it's like at a weird angle too. Okay, well, guess we're gonna fix that too. There we go. There's that. And then grab this edge here. Go back to looking at it up. Yeah, see, it's like super thick and weirdly shaped. There we go. Oh, weird. Okay. What's the next thing? So for compound entrance on the road 2, same width as northern D. Whoops, nope, I'm looking at the wrong one. Yep. Okay, so change stables, which I thought was this, to servants' quarters. Oh, okay. How do I want to do the roof for that? So this is an elite complex. It's going to have flat roofs. But those are servants' quarters, so should they have... Let me shoot my... No. Let me send my advisor a message. I don't want to say the other word because I used to say shoot someone an email, but now I can't say that anymore because someone's going to take it out of context. Bastards. All right, let me send an email real quick and see what she thinks. Servants' quarters. So this is what my email says. Hello. What kind of roof should be on the servants' quarters? Servants, well, let's actually say servants' quarters. No, she should know what servants' quarters I'm talking about. There's only one. Okay, there we go. Let's send that off. She's actually really quick with emails, so I wouldn't be surprised if she actually emails me back while we're working on stuff. Okay, so let's shift focus onto something else. Stable across... Okay, let's see here. Stable across from D to the north. So, D, building D is right here. And so we're thinking... Now, there's a tumulus here. So we're thinking stables are here. But how are they going to access those stables? Unless that wall was gone. Unless this wall right here was gone. If this wall right here was gone, they'd be able to access the stables. Because they could then take their horses through here without stepping on the tumulus that's right here. And they could just go bloop right over here. Ugh. Alright, well, let's look at the gray map. And see what the gray map shows for that area. Okay, so here is building D. And she was suggesting the stables were like here. The tumulus is here. Wait, nope. That's the road. The road is coming up here. Tumulus is here. Stables would be here. Well, there's a little bit of a... Okay, fine. Fine. We're going to do a simple stable. Building D, there's the road. There's the road right there. Hold on. Building D. There's the road right there. Okay. Tumulus. Stables. Sure. This is such a weird... So, okay. Oh, you know what? I'm starting to see it. It's like that. So you got this. Oh, you can kind of see it right here. That is... I don't know about that. But okay, let's do this. Oh, man. That is not what I wanted you to do. About like that. We'll do that. Okay. Whoops. Whoa. Whoa. What are we doing? Why did we zoom in? Okay. So I'm really hoping I can grab this and move it in Unity. I should have just grabbed that building and copied it. Oh well. Okay. Yeah, see, even that though, because the tumulus is here. I don't. I'm gonna have to really think about that one, because that one's a tough call. That one is a tough call. Let me go ahead and fire up Unity. Getting Unity fired up, and then I'm going to export this. We're going to import it into Unity and see how bad it is. Or how good it is. I shouldn't think that, you know, it's going to be bad right off the bat. Yeah, so just bear with me here for a second. You know, it's servants' quarters. I bet it's going to be just thatch like everything else. Wouldn't be overlapping clay tiles, though. So, because we have some tiles, but they're not from that time period. They have some early Helladic 2 tiles, which some of you should know what that means. From other stuff I've talked about. Man, this Unity's taking forever to fire up. Okay, so while we're waiting on that, let's jump back into Blender. Okay, so I think that, so tell you what, because I think it's going to be thatch. Let's quickly, and I mean quickly, I'll show you how I do my thatch roofs real quick. Edge. I've already forgotten what the thing is that I do. Edge is subdivide. Okay. Edge, subdivide. Then I click on vertex. I click that vertex and I click that vertex. Hit F, which creates the edge there. And then I realize that I've made this too big, or too tall, I should say. And need to scale it down just a tiny bit, which is going to lift it up off the... Of course it's going to lift it up off the ground. Oh, it was already lifted up off the ground. Okay. Bring it down like that. Down a little bit more. There we go. Okay. So we're going to grab the edge here. And then I'm just going to go boop, just like that. And why the hell? Oh, okay. No, it did do that. Wait, what? Okay, you know what? That's fine. I don't really need... Wait, what is going on here? Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I swear to God, this thing just is... It's... Add... Cube. Where's my cube? I want this thing to be 0.2. I want this thing to be maybe not that long. About like that. Sure. Doesn't need to be perfect. Oh my God. It doesn't need to be perfect. What it needs to do, though, is just sort of line up. Move there. So it needs to be just a little bit longer. Sure. Yeah, that works. Okay, sure. Yep. That is a really thick thatched roof, but that's okay. Then we're gonna... What? No. What the fuck is going... Okay. Okay. I don't know why this thing hates me so much. Oh, look at that. She already got back. Let's make it flat. Okay, cool. Get rid of all of this. She says, let's make it flat. So it is flat. There we go. Okay. That's fine. Okay. So we are going to export the whole thing as an FBX, right? Make sure everything is turned on. Okay. Okay. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'm going to import it into Unity, and then we're going to see what it looks like. So I'm going to put you on hold. I'm not going anywhere though. I'm still here. So we're going to call this decomplexed and fixed roads. I also didn't really want you to see that window because, you know, again, sensitive stuff. Okay. Welcome to Unity. Hold on. What is going on here? No, I don't need that. Stop. I don't know why this thing keeps doing stuff like that. Okay, let's try this again. Welcome to Unity. I think my... Yeah, hold on. It's not doing my window correctly. Well, oh well, that's fine. Anyways, okay. So here's the island with the old complex on it. There's the tumulus. See, that's what I was saying. Like, I don't know about putting the stables right here, because the tumulus, there's a tumulus right there. Building H, building F. And you can see, whoops, right away, this is actually needing to be over here. So let's go ahead and import assets. Shall we? Import new asset, which you can't see this window, which is fine. I'm sorry. And I want... Oh God, what did it save it to? I don't know what it saved it to. And I already closed out Unity. Hold on. It's got to be here somewhere. Here it is. Okay. Where is it? D complex and fixed roads. Yeah, that looks healthy. Okay, get rid of that. Get rid of that. What? No, that's not... Okay. All right. All right. Try this again. Get rid of that map. Get rid of this map. Oh, we also need to get rid of the sun. There we go. So what I've done before is I just grab the location of this original, so 8.2, 3.48. I just go here and I go 8.2, 3.48. I click on 35.6, so 35.6, and it just puts it right where it needs to be. And then I go here to the D complex and turn it off. So now you can see what work we have in front of us. We're going to have to do some finagling and some molding. Oh, I guess I could have had a longer road. That's fine. It's fine. So now, and you can't see this window either for some reason. I don't know why. So I'm using the poly brush add-on. Oh, and I can't see the chat. There we go. We also need to get rid of the sun. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Very super villainy. Which is actually also why I like the windswept acacia biomes, because it's very super villain. All right, so we come in here and we start pushing. We start pushing down the terrain like we do our feelings. All right. Whoop, that. This is just rough, and I'll go through and sort of clean it up a little bit more later. Is that. Okay. There we go. And we just keep doing this all the way down until we have an exposed road. I don't want to get too carried away. Oh, stop it. Okay, see, yeah, I'm getting a little too carried away, and then sand starts popping up. because I have a shader graph that at a certain depth makes it sandy, and at a certain depth you get ocean. So yeah, we need to, well, let me rescale this brush and just do this. Okay. And maybe we just kind of bring it down. Oh, nope, can't bring it down. Okay. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Yeah, not bad. See, there's building D. And some rando sitting in the road. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. I can see one problem immediately. And that is some of these buildings are not sitting down correctly. So let's go ahead and adjust that. Oh yeah. I was gonna say I like the windswept acacia biomes because it's very supervillain, and I love the way that it looks because of that. And if I ever am on a server or get invited to a server or something where it's like just not creative, but just, you know, just whatever, not like a theme, I'm absolutely going for windswept acacia and making a supervillain lair. I mean, I don't think I'll do any supervillain stuff, but you know, you never know. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. So let's texture. I've got a few things. I have whitewash, which is the ground, which is the road, and the plaza. So all the roads need to have whitewash, what I call whitewash. And it's just a, it's a plaster. It's like a plaster texture that we've taken the color out of. It's like it was a gray color, and so we've taken the color, most of the color out of it. And then I've got a shader graph for the triplanar wall, which is what, north-south, and then east-west. So east-west goes here and here. So all the walls that go east and west, with exception to 2, get the east-west wall shader. And these are the 2 that go north-south that for some reason will take the wall shader. I don't know why. Those are the only 2 that do that and actually do it correctly. Like with the actual correct wall. Yeah, it's weird. This whole thing is weird. This whole experience has been weird. There's that. Let me go with a north-south. Yeah. North-south goes there. And then that. And then this is east-west. Let's see if it'll actually take it and look good. Yeah, it looks all right. And then this is north-south. There we go. Okay, looking pretty good. Ugh. Let's see here. I want, so for the texture in here, I was going with, I think, concrete floor. Yes, concrete floor. Which is sort of a weird orangish color. Yeah. And then, so for the Soklas for these buildings, I have a texture that rotates them correctly. So that. That. Oh, and you get one too. And then for the brown, I believe is the clay plaster. Yes. Which will probably change. Oh, and actually I forgot that needs to get a north-south wall as well. So brown plaster, there we go. Okay, and then finally, north-south triplanar wall. Oh, I forgot a whitewash. There we go. So there we go. There is the island of Mitrou sort of fixed. I still need to get the kitchen in there, but I'm going to have to do that off camera. Not bad, not bad. I still think I want to add like an actual wooden gate there. And there will eventually be guards on either side of it, which we can actually grab right now. And reset where you're at. So let's grab a guard. We are going to move you, I think this one, 90 degrees up. Are you standing? I can't tell because you're under the world. Nope, you're upside down. So we need to go -90. Okay. And this dude is gigantic. What the hell happened here? Ah, scale 4.415. 0.415. There we are. Well, let's turn you. Looking very guard-like. Even though this is just a flesh mannequin. Which I love using that term when I talk about my NPCs. Because it's what they are. I mean, whoop, if I can actually, like, I mean, look at it. It's just a, yeah. Oh, no, this one's not the flesh mannequin. Dang, no, I don't. The flesh mannequins I have for the animations. Those are kind of terrifying. All right, so get this guy. Copy, paste. Why am I so far zoomed out? Whoops. Put you there. Let's see where they're at. Yeah, look very guard-like. Yeah, they look very guard-like. Very creepy as hell, too, because their eyes are all empty. This guy is like clipping into the wall and through the floor. So there we go. Yeah, there we are. There's our guards. Very nice. All right. What have I missed? What have I missed? Yeah. Yeah, well, this is all very interesting conversations that we're having. I'm the first in real life archaeologist you've come across that you can theoretically interact with. Oh, interesting. Well, I mean, depending on where you live, there's archaeologists everywhere. So, yeah, that's cool. Well, glad I could help. I mean, I like educating people on stuff, and especially things like ancient Greece. Oh, I forgot a building. What do you mean, no? Don't tell me no. There we go. Okay. I like educating people about archaeology and all that, so yeah. I'm always down to interact with people. So there we are. It's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. I will, of course, have to sort of fine-tune some stuff, like probably the edge of the plaza. Yeah, see, so I'm going to have to bring the terrain up so that the plaza isn't like a step up or step down. No, it's just fine right there. Looks like there might... Whoops. Stop. Looks like there might be some gaps running. Well, maybe not. Okay, so that's looking pretty good too. It might be all right. Might be all right. I do think that that road is a little too far off to the side, though. It always does it upside down. Yeah, see, I think this road actually needs to be like coming right here instead. So I'll have to double check that. But so far, so good. I think everything looks pretty good. So I think I'm going to leave you at that. Hope you enjoyed. This was like 2.5 hours long. So I've actually been working on it for about 3 hours now, because I started about this stream about half hour into it and thought, oh, maybe people want to see this. So anyways, yeah, there you go. So from the virtual site of Mitrou, I will see you guys around. This will, of course, be the weird part